Hi everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name's Lizzie and today I'm here to tell you about my latest sewing make, which is the Nina Lee Southbank Sweater. I'm wearing it right now and I'll show it to you in more detail in a minute, but to tell you a bit about the pattern, well, I'm sure you've probably all heard about this pattern by now because loads of people have been making it. I've seen it all over Instagram and I just love it. So this is the packaging. It's a sweater dress basically, so as you can see here it's got like a funnel, sort of highish, funnelish sort of neck, and then it's quite straight down and it's got some nice cuffs and a hemband as well. And what I really like about it is that there are actually 3 variations. So this here is the instruction booklet. Oh, way too bright to focus on that. There we go. So you've got like the full sweater dress, you've then got more of a traditional length sweater and then a cropped sweater. And I had said that I wanted to make the cropped one, which is this one here, but actually I had quite a lot of this fabric and I decided to just go for it and make the full sweater dress, and I'm really glad that I did. So this fabric that I've used is a fabric that I've shown you a couple of times now in my sort of what I got for Christmas video and sewing plans and things. It is a beautiful Ponte Roma. The colour is called Mulberry and it's from the Fabric Room, and it was only £3.15 a metre. Super cheap, but you do have to order a minimum of 3 metres. So it cost me just over £9 for 3 metres of this fabric. Someone commented on one of my videos recently asking if it's nice quality, and I've actually never sewn with more expensive Ponte Roma. This is the only Ponte Roma I've sewn with, but I think it's great. It's a nice thickness. It's not really thick, but it's thick enough to not be clingy, and it has a lovely drape, and it's just really nice and snuggly and warm. So let me show you it in more detail. I'm gonna put some photos or some video footage in now, but I just really like this look. It's so nice and cozy. The size that I've chosen is just right because it sort of skims my figure, but it's not too baggy, but then it's baggy enough to be like cozy and comfortable. And yeah, so it just skims down to sort of mid-thigh length. And I love this look of wearing it with tights or leggings. It could be an over-the-knee boots. I just think it's just so me. It's the exact kind of cozy but stylish outfit I want to be wearing at the weekends in this time of year. But yeah, I'm just so pleased with how this sweater dress turned out. And the pattern is sort of designed to have drop shoulders, but on me, because I've got like fairly broad shoulders compared to like my hips and waist, it's not particularly drop shoulder on me, but I actually really like that. I really like the fit. For size reference, I always measure in between sizes, and it's really annoying. But for this one I measured like closer to a size 8, but I was kind of in the middle of an 8 and a 10, and I did choose to cut out an 8, and I haven't needed to make any fit adjustments. I used the correct seam allowance. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the fit, and the size 8 was perfect. And it's so refreshing to not have to make any adjustments because I hate fit adjustments. It just takes so long and is difficult. So yeah, really great that I didn't need to make any fit adjustments. I decided to trace this pattern off. So I bought the actual paper pattern, and I'm pretty sure that she does a PDF pattern as well. And I'm not usually much of a tracer. I tend to just, you know, take the bull by the horns and just cut the fat pattern. But because I wasn't quite sure which size I would be, I decided to trace it because I thought if the size 8 turned out to be too fitted, I really wanted to be able to then next time make a size 10. So I have traced this, and I think that is quite a good idea in general for things like jumpers and sweaters, because sometimes you want to make more of a figure fitting one, and sometimes you're going to want to make a nice big baggy cozy one. So I'm really pleased I traced it. I followed the instructions of the pattern pretty much exactly, except for just one little element, and that's that it called for clear elastic or stay tape to stabilise the shoulders, but I didn't have either of those things, but I did have ribbon. And usually I'm really scared to go off-piste with patterns because I'm still building up my experience and don't like to experiment too much just yet. But the Tilly and the Buttons Cocoa pattern actually just calls for a piece of ribbon to stabilise the shoulders, so it works fine in a cocoa. This is also like a Ponte Roma knit pattern, so I thought, well, surely ribbon will work for this too, and it did. It's worked perfectly fine. So yeah, that's a tip. If you don't have any stay tape, if you don't have any elastic, ribbon is fine. I think the instruction booklet for this pattern is really good. It's got quite a lot of detail in it. Like the first few pages are just like some tips on how, like sort of suitable fabrics, tips on how to sew with knits, tips on pre-washing, tips on using a rotary cutter and what needle you should use. But then it's also got just really good diagrams and all the instructions throughout, instead of just being one sentence or barely a sentence like it might be in like a commercial pattern. It's a whole little paragraph. So I think that's really, really great for beginners, because if you are a beginner, or if it's the first time you're using knit fabric, you've got plenty of guidance in the written instructions. But equally, if you're a more experienced sewer and you know what you're doing, then you can pretty much understand exactly what you have to do just from glancing at the pictures. So I think Nina's done a really, really good job on the instruction booklet for this. So I actually did make one quite big change to this pattern, and this is the evidence. This is my pocket, or one of the pockets, that unfortunately was unpicked and removed. So everyone in the sewing community is so enthusiastic about pockets, and I don't really share that so much. But I thought, no, everyone loves pockets. This pattern has pockets. I'm going to follow the instructions and insert the pockets. But it was a real failure. I'm not sure if because this is a slightly more lightweight Ponte Roma rather than a much thicker one, but when I put the pockets in, they really, really distorted the shape of the dress, and instead of skimming nicely over my hips, the pockets just stuck out and caused the fabric to like point out at my hips, which just looked awful. And I tried pressing it. I thought maybe it was just too tight around my hips, and maybe that was what was causing the fabric to sort of pull at the pockets. But I didn't really want it any bigger and baggier, so I decided to ditch the pockets. And also, my only one sort of criticism of the pattern, a constructive criticism, a very friendly one, is that the pockets were really, really low. So, and I've actually got quite a long body and quite long arms, so if anything, normally the pockets would sit higher on me because my body takes up so much more of the dress. But I actually couldn't, to just stand up and just put my hands into the pockets, I couldn't quite reach, like the pockets were really quite low, and which I guess is potentially just like a style feature. But yeah, for me, the pockets just didn't work. They didn't work in this fabric. So I unpicked them, which was quite painstaking because you do like a layer of top stitching to attach them. But yeah, I unpicked the pockets, closed the seams up again, and yeah, so my Southbank is now pocketless. I did consider making it quite a bit shorter, well, not quite a bit shorter. I considered shortening it a little bit once I tried it on, because this is the kind of like jumper dress that I would definitely wear with thick tights and boots. So I quite like to have things that are quite short like that when I'm wearing that kind of outfit. But actually for this one, I've decided to leave it exactly as it is, because I think it is a really lovely length and it's a comfortable length. So even when I'm sort of sat down, I don't need to worry about flashing my bum. But I am quite keen to make another one. I'm actually really excited to make another one because I just love it so much. And if I make another one, I think I will shorten it a bit, just to give it that proper mini dress look to then wear with thick tights and boots. So there you have it. That's my little mini sort of review, if you like, of the Nina Lee Southbank sweater. I am so pleased with it. I'm so glad I made it, and I think it's a really fantastic beginner-friendly pattern. I definitely want to make another dress, and I definitely want to make a cropped version, like the cropped sweatshirt version to wear with high-waisted jeans and skirts and stuff. So yeah, fingers crossed I'll find some nice fabric and make another one or two soon. Thanks ever so much for watching. Please do give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more of my videos. And I'll also put down below in the description box some links to my Instagram page and my blog. Thanks again for watching, guys. Bye!